All right, everybody. Welcome to Alaskan Ballistics. We are live. Hope you're doing well tonight. Gun chat, late night gun chat. You guys know what is going on here. First, we take all your questions, and you know how that works. And there's going to be three of us on the chat. NYPrepper is going to come a little later. Reloading Weatherby is going to come on in a few minutes. So make sure you go check out their channels as well. Hope everybody is doing well tonight. And like I said, we're live. I do have new hoodies and shirts up. Link is in the description as well as the first comment I put in the comment thing tonight. So very hopeful that you guys will buy some shirts that we can have ballistics gel and stuff like that, and possibly 300 Win Mag on the channel. So we need all that. So sorry about my desk there. What's up, TW Chisholm? Very good. What's up, Mr. FMH? It's good to see y'all in the chat. All right, before any further ado, we are going to TW Chisholm. Do you have like a music channel? Are you a guitarist, like singing music or something? So anyway, a lot of people in the chat now. Screaming Skull Solution, Grizzly Crazy, Reloading Weatherby. Should have just got that link, Reloading Weatherby. So that's that. Anyway, stand up. Let's see the shirt. Oh, this is one of Colleen Noir's. This is not mine, but this is one of Colleen Noir's shirts. So that's that. All right. Without further ado, let's get started here, and we're gonna share our intro here. All right. So y'all like the new intro? Let me know if you like the new intro. It's supposed to be shorter. It's like 10 seconds instead of 21 seconds. So that's that. All right. We got Austin here. And Reloading Weatherby with his Brigham Young shirt on here. All right.
I get a lot of free shirts, so I wear them.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Short and sweet. Cool. So this is just late night gun chat. We take your questions. Good evening, good people. Hope it's all as well. Chuck, any thoughts on the CRS firearms and all the madness going on? So my take on it is, it's absolutely wrong. He was arrested. He didn't break any laws. The objects they were selling were legal at the time that he was promoting them, and it is what it is. Like, I think he'll get off. I think he'll get off easy. I think a good lawyer, it won't even go to trial. Like that's like, this is open shut. Like this isn't even going to trial, and I think he can sue for false arrest. So I'm pretty sure like all those things are going to happen. Whether or not it happens in today's legal climate, who knows? I do think though, when you go online and promote yourself and playing with that line, you are going to have to expect somebody thinking you're crossing that line when you're not. So, for example, if I put a pistol brace to my shoulder and say it's not a stock, well, when they make their final rulings on that, I'm going to have to do something with it, So, is what it is. So, back to the surprise intro. Yeah, it's not as loud as the first one though that you were talking about. I know what you're talking about. So, all right. Greetings from Anchorage, the Stoic. It's good to see you. All right. Glad you're here. So I'll be here for the next 10 minutes, then going to go have a few beers with a couple buddies. All right. Be safe. All right. NY Outcast. What's up, Rob? How you doing? It says Rob D on there, so I'm assuming that's you. All right. And there we go. Maybe we can get a firearms component and ammo convoy to AK from Lower 48 by Canadian truckers. There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there. Hey, one of the shops here in the valley just got a crap ton of powder in. Not the two I needed, but a crap ton of powder. So
which powders?
They did not get Reloader 22 or 26.
7828 or H4831 SC?
I didn't see those either. I couldn't get them to you even if they did, though. There's no way.
But
Yeah, Is what it is. So here's the ironic thing. Okay, a guy emailed me last week and says, "Man, I saw you on the channel. I just want to give you a pound of blue dot." Right? Okay. Twist my arm. So I went to his house Saturday after my school event, and we talked for about an hour, and he gave me a pound of blue dot. And then they called me, and there's a 4-pound bling of blue dot. So I was like, now I feel like I got to text him and say, "Hey, if you want it back, if you need it back in the future, or if you run out and need it back in the future, hit me up first." I feel like I at least got to let him have the chance to be an Indian giver, which is probably not the right term to use anymore, politically correct. Oh, well, okay. So is what it is. So that's that. We got New York Outcast out there, Alaska One Andy. Hey all. Walking to my buddies a block away, and I will be safe. However, it is only 4 outside here in Minnesota. Yeah, it's pretty cold here, and it's windy. It's like 30, 40 miles an hour up in the valley right here. All right, New York Prepper is here, and
What's
Eugene.
going on?
Not a whole lot. Eugene is telling you, "Evening, you goofy buggers," which is par for the course. I think he's got us right, pinned to right. So, is what it is. So anyway, what's going on with you? How you doing?
Oh, me? I'm doing good. Doing good.
Cool. All right. Have you met Austin before on the chat? This is Reloading Weatherby. Austin.
Haven't seen him before. Good to meet you.
Yeah, it's good to meet you too.
He's got a lot of good FUD videos on different calibers. So rare calibers, cool stuff. So it's good stuff. All right. So I'm calling it. I say FUD like it's a term of endearment. Okay.
I'm not offended.
There you go. All right. Jason, my buddy from college, is letting us know it's going to be 70 plus this week in Georgia. Yeah, but you can't hunt moose in Georgia either. So,
Is there any elk in Georgia? I'm just not that familiar with back east.
No.
I didn't think so.
There might be. There are a few animals here and there that have been released from like North Carolina herds and stuff like that. Elk used to be in the eastern United States, but they were really killed off and stuff before white Europeans came over. But we have found so many bones and like fossils and stuff like that. Oh, that's an elk. We know it's an elk. So like they were kind of getting, died out. They were smaller than Rocky Mountain elk and stuff like that. So they have been put back in Virginia, Pennsylvania, to the point where they have hunting seasons in Virginia and Pennsylvania. But they don't have.
What about New York?
I don't live in New York anymore. I'm in Pennsylvania, but I actually live in Pennsylvania elk country. So I actually heard some bull elk bugling in my backyard in the fall time. So there's a lot of them here. Actually, they're pretty numerous in certain areas. Yeah, there's a hunting season. There's some big bulls in PA. There was a really big one some guy shot 2 years ago. It was like a record. I don't know the exact score, but it was up there, one of the biggest. So yeah, they get big. They don't really have any natural predators except maybe black bears for the small ones. There's no wolves here. There's maybe some sightings of cougars, but so I mean the only predators are people, right? So they really flourish here, So
you only really see those cougars in bars too. Anyway, I can read it.
Someone says Kentucky. Yeah, Kentucky has a lot of them, actually, I heard.
All right, let's Luke B. Why does your mod Mr. FMH ban people who break no rules, don't troll, or anything like that? If you simply disagree with them, they block you. They do this on multiple other channels. Documented. Cool. Email me the documents at alaskanballistics@gmail.com, and then we'll talk about it. All right. So far, Mr. FNH has been great for me. So you're allowed to disagree all you want to. Yada, yada, yada. All right. Here we go. 2 elk herds in Michigan, limited tags for residents and lottery. There you go. Honestly, you probably have more elk in Pennsylvania than we do in Alaska because we only have a couple of islands around Juneau and Kodiak Island and Fognak, which is right next to Kodiak Island, if I'm not mistaken, have them. They're not on the mainland of Alaska. So.
Yeah. Well, this month I get to put in for a limited entry. I probably will do for a bull elk. I either have to do it for a limited deer or limited elk. So I already have 9 points for elk. So hoping to someday get one of the best spots in my state. So, which has.
Are you in Wyoming or Idaho? I can't remember.
I'm in Utah.
Utah, that's right.
Yeah.
Utah. Hence the Brigham Young shirt. Yeah. You got a lot of antelope?
A little bit. Not as much as Wyoming.
Oh, okay. I wanted to come do some antelope hunting at some point. Is that like an over the tag, or you have to get drawn?
I'm not sure. I've never actually tried to go antelope hunting in Utah.
What about like cow elk? Can you get a cow elk tag really easily?
You can over the counter cow elk.
Okay, we might have to talk. Talk. Because I'd like to do that. There you go. All right. Have you talked about Texas Expansion Industries opening a new primer factory in Texarkana area? I have not, but that's going to be awesome. When it opens, it's still going to be a little while, if I'm not mistaken. I've read the article. So, all right. Thanks, Luke B. Geronimo's Cadillac. All right. What's up, Leonard Morgan? How you doing? So, all right. So without a lot of questions being asked here, you guys just want to talk about what's been going on your channel recently. I know, Austin, you just did a couple of chronographs trying to make your 300 Weatherby mag look better than 22-250, faster than 22-250 or 243. So
I took the 243 just for fun. I did not load it hot whatsoever. I think that's what I'm going to load up next, is because I have more of those 55 grain Varmageddons in 6mm, and I'm going to see if I can get 3900 with the 243. I think
there's factory loads out there claiming 4,000. I'm sure they're using like a 26-inch barrel, but
yeah,
I haven't even looked up 243 on here. I want to look it up right now. Let's see, can we get 243 Winchester? Now this is of course with a 24-inch 1 10 twist barrel.
I think my rifle has a 22-inch barrel.
Hornady's lowest one is a 58 grain, and they're advertising 3,800.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So what I loaded it up with, it said it was going to be going 3,500, and I was going mid 34. So it was about 100 feet per second slower than what the book said.
Yes, Leonard Morgan. This is Reloading Weatherby. He's been on the chat before sometimes. So, yeah. All right, Greg, what you got going on your channel?
Nothing too scientific. I'm just going to be shooting some ice blocks this weekend. Nothing too scientific. I got a bunch of videos I got to edit still. I did some plywood tests with 308, shot at some plywood, stuff like that. You know, nothing too scientific, but just some fun stuff. That's pretty much it. I got to do some reviews. I got to review my Rock Island Armory 10mm. It's a double stack. Got to review that one. Got to review my POF Rogue 308 AR. So got some stuff to do, but that's pretty much it.
Chuck, are you muted?
Sorry, there we go. I'm muted. All right. Welcome to YouTube, Papa Grizz. I muted myself when my little boy was making noise. All right. There we go.
What are you going to do when the snow melts a little?
Hopefully hunt bear. So,
okay.
Yeah. Black bear. I don't care what. Where I live, I can hunt black or brown bear right up across the hill from my house. Last year, the kids down the street put out some game cameras, and there was a pretty good brown bear in the area. Like, you know, I'm surprised I didn't see him walking back in the woods as much as I went. You know, but yeah, I'm gonna do that. as well. So, all right. So, Keith Gregory, what's up? Papa Grizzly says my carry is a Glock 29 with 200 grain XTP. Cool. I plan on testing that as soon as I can find some 200 grain TTP to load up in my hand loads and some brass. I cannot find brass right now. I've got primers and powder and bullets, but no brass. Everybody else is trying to find primers and powder and bullet. All right. Yeah. Yeah, Stoic, it's a great gun, but we can't sell them online at YouTube, nor would we advocate doing so. So yeah, you know, just saying, you know, but I've already said my email out there. Okay. All right. So me and Leonard were having this debate the other day. He was saying he would not, I think it was Leonard, he would not rely on anything below 150 grain for moose. And I said, well, we have a 270, it shoots 130 grain the best. And, you know, and certain 130 grains of that. And I said, it's really more about bullet construction. A 130 grain TTSX would be great on moose versus a 150 grain soft point that just breaks apart, you know? So I was trying to argue with him on bullet construction. Bullet construction is better than bullet weight. Right? So I always do that. I obviously would love to have some tests on that and stuff, but we're doing mostly handgun tests in the winter because it's easier to set up here. So,
well, here's a question for you two. I have 2 loads in my Weatherby that shoot sub MOA. One's the 175 LRX at 3315 feet per second. And the other one is a 200 grain AccuBond at 3,075 feet per second. For elk, what would you take? What would be your pick? They're roughly about the same accuracy. A little better accuracy in the AccuBond, though.
Well, I mean, hey, it's a little, you know, I love the LRX as a bullet. It's my absolute favorite hunting bullet. I'm surrounded by like boxes of LRX as we speak. And that being said, I got the long range AccuBond right here, right next to me. But is it the AccuBond or the long range AccuBond?
No, it's just a normal 200 grain AccuBond. I mean, it still has a pretty high BC.
Yeah, no, the BC isn't the issue with the AccuBond. The AccuBond's issue is speed. It does not open up beneath about 2,200 feet per second. So whereas the LRX really can get down to 1,500.
Okay.
So there's that issue. And so
I'm not much of a long range hunter. I don't see myself shooting an elk anything past, I don't know, 400 yards. So I don't know if the velocity is going to be an issue coming out of the Weatherby.
I wouldn't say it is, but that one time where you see your dream bull at 600 yards and that's the only shot you've got and you've practiced a little bit, I mean, your LRX is going to do better. Now, that being said, downrange a long ways, I sometimes don't get the same MOA groups with LRX as I do other guns, like other bullets. That being said, I've hit all my caribou at long ranges with it. So has my wife. 288 yards, her at 340, me at 459. Yeah, it's definitely a great bullet, and it does the knockdown. I mean, it freaking sledgehammered that caribou right over last year in 6.5 Creedmoor of all things. So I like the LRX better because it's going to expand better. But if you're getting a little bit better out of the accuracy and you can guarantee your shot's not going to be under 400 yards or not going to be over 400 yards, it's a tough decision. You know?
Well, it's different between like a 0.8 inch group and a 0.75 inch group, so it's not huge.
Yeah,
they're almost
small difference. Yeah,
I would start grouping them 2 and 300.
Make a bigger difference out at 400 yards, but
yeah,
I would just go with the LRX just because it's a solid bullet, you know, and you don't have to. I mean, the AccuBond will hold together really good. I mean, you know, it'll hold together, but with the LRX, you know for sure you don't have to worry about anything breaking apart because it's, you know, solid. So, plus you said it's more accurate anyway, so might as well just go with that. You know.
Yeah, it's also a good bullet because it'll lose its pedals at that velocity at short range, but that core will still keep penetrating right through, and it's a straight line penetration in 30 caliber and 284 caliber. It may not be a straight line when you get beneath 7 millimeter, but It did do pretty good straight line penetration for me in 270 as well. 6.5, both 6.5s, both in Creedmoor and 284 Norma. It kind of this way or that way, maybe after it goes through a pork shoulder and a few jugs. So that's that. That's that. All right, let's get to some questions here. Do you ever go to Kodiak Island to hunt black-tailed deer? No. I would like to at some point, but no, because I don't have the money, the time during November. I'm a school teacher, that kind of thing. Is a November, October hunt. So there's that.
Have you been to Kodiak Island?
No, I've not been to Kodiak at all. I played the football team from there at camp one time, but that's about it. After high school, I'm assuming the answer to that for you two, the answer to that question is no. So I'm going to move on. Do you eat grizzly or brown bear? I heard they're not too good to eat. No, not really. In the spring, if you get a small one, they're pretty good. But you need to mix it. You need to grind it up to burger and mix it with. Most people mix it with pork. I can't eat pork, so turkey burger. It was okay. So somebody's got their speaker on where I can hear myself.
Oh, that might be me. Sorry.
No problem. Heavyweight hardcast is hard to beat. Yes, it is. The choke is stay and go. The AccuBond. It's not a bad bullet. Okay. Savage 116 Alaskan and 375 Ruger. I'm getting some vertical dispersion with groups coming in around 2.5 to 3 inches at 100. It's got a cheap plastic stop and no pillar bedding. Is this a stock issue? Probably. It's probably a stock issue. I had the same thing with certain ammo in my Savage 111. It does vertical stringing 2 to 3 inches or less than 3 inches. Like actually less than 2 is like 1.79 or something like that. Still not a good group. At 100 yards, and it was with the Norma Oryx ammo. But with my hand loads, it'll do a nice little clover leaf at all touching at 100 yards. So it could be an ammo issue. I'd say what you're looking at is 99% chance an ammo issue before it's a stock issue. Because I have that same cheap plastic stock on my Savage 111. It's right next to me, and I can't pick it up because of YouTube's darn rules. But anyway, that's my favorite rifle to hunt with. I love that thing. I haven't killed anything with it yet, though. That's that.
You mind if I put in my 2 cents real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
I have a 416 Ruger guide gun, so I'm familiar with that cartridge. I recommend when I got my Ruger guide gun, it came with the cheap, laminate stock. I just immediately swapped it out for a Hogue with a full length bed block. Something like a 375 Ruger, you definitely want a stock that has a bedding block, so you get a good solid clamp when you tighten your receiver screws down. I would, if you're talking about like a 30-06 or something, it doesn't matter. But 375 Ruger, it's a lot of recoil. You definitely swap out that stock. $200-300, you can get like a Bell & Carlson or a Hogue with a full length bed block and just tighten those screws down nice and tight. Make sure it's free floated. I think that'll if it doesn't correct the issue, it'll definitely help your accuracy in general. So you can't go wrong by doing that, So
I totally agree. Like it's not going to hurt anything. I still think it's 95% chance, 99% chance, whatever. So that it's the ammo itself. Alaskan, I don't load 10 millimeter more, but I still think I have a bag of brass. So when I get home, I'll check for you. Eugene, thank you. Email me alaskanballistics@gmail.com. So that's that. All right. Hogue, yep, or however you spell it. There you go. 10-4, that's what I'm thinking. Only problem with the Hogue is they can flex a bit. I learned that a lot with my 338 win. Yeah, I'd go with something a little bit more nicer than a Hogue myself, but that's just me. Old Spice 1 says it's good to see you, Greg.
Good to see you, bro.
2 inches precisely. Very nice. Good. Put a rubberized triple bedded Hogue on my 300 Win mag and it made it some in my way. There you go. All right. AV convinced me looking to Barnes bullets for hunting. It's truly amazing what they can do. Yeah. Just don't get the TSX. Unless you're hunting big game at close ranges.
Yep.
The tip TSX is your 300 to 400 yard bullet. The LRX is your 50 yard to 700 yard bullet. So get the LRX. God bless you if you do live in New York. It's unfortunate what it's become. Hopefully yeah. That's just hoping right there.
Yeah, it's never going to change there.
Yeah.
It's getting crazy.
At 200 grain, AccuBot doesn't have to shed much weight to get down to 170 grains, but whereas the LRX will, for the most part, retain all its weight, unless you shoot it at close range and it loses its pedals. So, I have a Howland 1500 300 Win Mag. It has a long throat. Was a good long bullet to load.
LRX.
Yeah, LRX is long. My 127 grain LRX and 6.5 Creedmoor is longer than a 143 grain ELDX by a few millimeters. I mean, it's not even close. Yeah, LRX bullets, because they're all copper, are long. Nosler AccuBot and long ranges are pretty long too, aren't they? And then you can get it in 30 caliber. It's like 208 grain or something like that for.
I have
190 and 210.
Yeah, 190. Yep.
190 and 210. Yep.
It's got a good BC. It's got like a 0.590 BC. The 190 grains. And I think the 210s are probably over 6, right? On the BC.
They definitely are. They're like 6 or something. I don't remember. They're high, really high BC.
Yep, absolutely. All right.
They discontinued them, by the way. You can't find them anymore.
Which ones?
The long range, AccuBot long range, I can't find them anywhere. They're discontinued, I heard.
My local store has a ton of boxes of 210s.
Really? You better stock up, because I'm pretty sure they discontinued them unless they restarted production recently. I know a couple months ago they said on their website, on the Nosler website, that they discontinued them. So I don't know.
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a ton of boxes at my local store. So
that's awesome. I can't find them anywhere, man. That's
I haven't seen the 190, only the 210.
Only the 210.
Mm-hmm.
So calibers that are currently there, and they're charging a butt for them, is 168 grain for 30 caliber. It says 190 grain is still there. They're out of stock, but they're not discontinued, according to this. And then also have the 210 grain, and they want a god awful amount of money for them, $103.55 for a 100-round box.
Wow,
that's not how much they cost.
What's that?
That is not how much they cost at my store. They're like $88 at my store.
Yeah, these 6.5 I just bought were 72, which I think is awful for 6.5, but it's a 150 grain AccuBot long range. I am going to do a comparison video with the 270 AccuBot long range. So they're both 150 grain. So I hope the PRC and the 270, that'll be a good video, I think. So still a prisoner in Western New York. What if lead bullets end up being a thing of the past within 20 years? Any thoughts with the way they perform? Who wants lead in your meat you eat? Just an opinion. You can feel free to disagree. I think it's all about what shoots best on your gun, in your gun. So whatever shoots best in your gun, that's what you can do. I mean, what do you guys think?
I wouldn't be surprised to see more states get rid of lead bullets, but
yeah, especially the blue states, I could see it happening. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. Oregon.
Which states are? Is it just California right now?
Just California that I know about.
Yeah, I think just California.
I know in my state they encourage you to use. They encourage you to use all copper bullets, but it's not required.
Mm-hmm.
I think as long as you stay away from like the VLD type, bullets that just explode, like the Hornady. What is it? The ELDX. Yeah. As long as you don't hunt with those. If you're just using like core locked or basic, soft points. I never had any issues with lead in my meat or anything, So.
All right, next one. What ammo for 338 Win Mag? Well, if you had to buy loaded ammo, it's whatever you can find right now. And you got to be willing to pay $115 a box. For me, I've done a bunch of hand loading so far. I haven't had real good results. I haven't really tinkered with it as much as I should have. Ran into some issues there, remounting the scope too. And so it's been a while since I've taken that gun out. But yeah, for me, any of the bullets we've been talking about, AccuBond Long Range, Barnes TTSX, LRX, although the LRX in 338 Win Mag is really long. Like they say it'll get almost 2,600 feet per second, but it didn't come close in mine, and mine usually gets more than what the chart says. Mine got like 2490, 2480, something like that. So I would say I would like 210 grain Barnes TTSX or 225 grain Barnes TTSX. I've got some 200 grain Spear hot core to load. I don't know if how they're going to be, but they were cheap. They were $20.99 a box for hand loading. So that's that.
There's some Spear Gold Dot in my local store. Should I try them? I've never really tried Spear bullets.
So a lot of people tell me they perform just like the Federal Fusion, and they look a lot just like the Federal Fusion. So Spear Gold Dot 180 grain 308 30 caliber. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would try them. I've got a whole bag full of a viewer sent me, and I got to get them out. A viewer sent me 6.5 caliber 140 grain Spear Gold Dots, and I've got them loaded up. I just got to get out there to the range and shoot the video. So we'll see. I got them loaded up. I didn't load them in 6.5 Creedmoor. I loaded them in 6.5 by 284, of course, because that's fine. That's the caliber that makes me get a hard on. So anyway, totally inappropriate. Sorry. All right. So anyway, actually, I've been thinking about that 6.5 300 Weatherby lately. That one's my fantasy caliber. But so, you guys know I love my 6.5s. What can I say? Right? That's what she said. All right. Okay. All right. I'll shut up now. All right. Anybody got a suggestion for 330 Win Mag ammo?
I don't have much experience with it. I would say if you're hunting like brown bear or something, or even black bear, go with like a regular TSX if you can get a TSX. Close range. You want that heavy sledgehammer bullet.
But if you're wanting to hunt more of everything, moose out to 300-400, caribou, I've got 160 grain Barnes in my 338 Win Mag. That was going like 3390 or 3290 or something like that. It was freaking fast. 160 grain for 338 Win Mag. And I'll tell you what, Barnes makes it. It didn't penetrate as well. It flattened out. It held together. It was a Barnes tip TSX. So you can get what you want, but my thing is, if you're not hand loading right now for 338 Win Mag, if you don't have the bullets and the supplies to hand load it, you should sell the gun right now. Like it's like one of those things. Sell the gun and get something you can find components and ammo for. So that's that. Yeah. If you're not hand loading for it, there's no point in owning that gun right now.
You guys seeing 7mm Red Mag ammo now? I'm starting to see it.
I bought two boxes.
Is the first time in months.
I bought a few boxes a few weeks ago, but it's gone now. I actually bought the Federal Terminal Ascent ammo, like loaded ammo, because you can't buy the hand. Because it got MOA for me right at MOA out of my rifle, and it was out of my rifle. It was going 3150. It's supposed to be going 3000 for a 155 grain bullet. So 3150 out of a 7 mag, that ain't bad at all. And I really liked what it did in its penetration test, even at close range. So I'm thinking I might side in with those, and those will be my bear and moose rounds, and like the LRX might be, which the LRX shoots a little bit better. It shoots 3/4 MOA. The LRX might be my caribou rounds. So, with that being said, I'm probably going to hunt with my 6.5 by 284. So, those ammo might just stay on the shelf. So, have you seen 7 mag, Greg?
I've seen a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I mostly do shopping online lately, but yeah, I've seen some 7mm here and there. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Here's the interesting thing. I was shopping online to ship some 7mm 08 to my brother.
Mm-hmm.
We got him a Ruger M77 Youth Compact, and he was fairly old enough to hunt, like 12 or 13. He still has it, and he's not tall, so he can still kind of make it fit, you know.
Yep.
I couldn't find any 7mm 08. I finally found some on Cabela's when they had 139 grain Hornady interlocks on sale. And so I ended up buying him 2 boxes of those because he couldn't find it. And then he had like 8 days of them trying to deliver it, and he wasn't home. They were trying to deliver to his apartment office. His office was closed for COVID because somebody had COVID, and then all this stuff happened. And I don't. He never finally texted me that he got the ammo. So that was the worst thing. So anyway, if targets, go Bergar. Yeah, Bergar is good for targets. That's about it. All right. All right, fix that with tipped Leonard. Copper tastes better than lead. There you go. When I think of and there you go.
Yeah, Kimber is actually made in New York, in Yonkers, right outside of New York City, believe it or not.
They were, weren't they?
I don't know. Maybe they moved their factory, right? Didn't they move their factory? I don't know.
I think they were going to. I know Remington did. Or is going to.
Remington left. Yeah. Smith and Wesson left Massachusetts too, right? Yeah.
Yep. They're going to Tennessee and Georgia. So, what do you want to hunt? I shoot the 210 grain partition. Yeah, that's a good one. 210 grain partition's good. Those 225, good through moose and everything. So, yeah, no problem. 375 Ruger, Roger. Can you control the recoil? Yeah, you can. It's not as bad as 338 Win Mag. All right, and here comes the spammers. TTSX. Yeah, the TTSX is awesome. All right. Always the tip TSX. Yeah. Always just the tip. Yeah. I mean, my county in New York is red. We don't have too many problems. Got into it. A 2A sheriff. Fortunately, I'm an LEO retired, so I can carry anywhere. Anywhere I want. I just feel bad. It should be also. Yes.
That's how it is in New York. Yeah, it sucks. It's like very hard to get a carry permit.
How's it going? Long time. Hope you and your family are well. Yeah, Tennessee lockpicking. It's good to see you, man. Good little channel if you're into that stuff. So, just got some back from visiting some family in Valdez, and you didn't come over to the Anchorage area and say hi, huh, man? I don't blame you. It's like a 5-hour drive to the mountain passes right now. I don't know if it's a lot of recoil for sure. Yeah. Anybody else shoot 22 LRs, extreme long range, 22? Nope, not me. I've shot them 200 yards. That's the most I've shot them. Yeah. Oh, man, I've actually had groups touching with iron sights at 100 yards before. Groups almost touching. It's not impossible. You just got to, if you have an accurate rifle and the sights are thin enough, you can see the target and you hold in the right spot. I've had sub-inch groups at 100 with irons before. Doesn't mean I do it all the time. Mostly a chuck issue. That AR-10 6.5 Creedmoor I built, I only had iron sights on it for a while. I hadn't even sighted in the scope yet. 1.25 inches with Barnes LRX factory.
Wow.
1.25 inches, iron sights only, plastic sights only, if you will. So can't complain about that. Got all kinds of game with lead bullets, never had a problem. That's true. Thank you. I really challenged the irons, but my eyes are getting old. There you go. I like lead and don't eat any lead. That's good. All right. Here's a good question. By the way, hi, Vanessa Kitty. Good to see you. Here's a good question. We get to a question. By the way, Late Night Gun Chat is all about your questions, so put your questions in there. Is there any 300 Win Mag ammo on the shelves in your parts of the country? Heck no.
Yes. It depends on the time of the day when you go. If you go in the morning, the Sportsman's Warehouse, they'll have plenty of 300 Win Mag ammo. But by the time it's like 5 o'clock, it's gone. Almost every day.
300 Win Mag is the most popular caliber in Alaska, and I have not seen it on the shelves. The last thing I saw was from the Grizzly Ammo Corporation. It was a 190 grain of some kind. I think it was Hollow Point Boattail Match, of all things. Could be wrong. Could have been Accubon long range. And they were $90 a box, $95 a box. And
wow. Yeah, 300 Win Mag's crazy now. It's like $100 a box for stuff that used to be $40 a box. Now it's crazy.
It's ridiculous. I got dies and some casings and bullets and powder for 300 Win Mag. I got to load up some. I just got to have a rifle. I don't have a rifle. Yeah. But no, I saw the dies and I bought the dies. I was like, and somebody was throwing away like 15 casings. They were just throwing them in the trash of the range. I was like, do you want those? No. No.
Right. I almost bought 340 Weatherby dies, even though I don't have a 340. It was so cheap. They're RCBS for like $34. I was like, maybe I should buy these.
No, I was going to buy the 6.5 by 300 Weatherby dies the other night, and they are RCBS too. And I don't like RCBS. Hornady dies are better by far. And they much more consistent seating depth for me. Mm-hmm. They were $89.99 at Sportsman's for RCBS. I was like,
wow,
that's not even worth wiping your butt with, man.
That's a lot of money.
I've seen the Hornady 6x300 and it's like $90.
Wow.
I would pay $90 for the 6.5 for the Hornady before the RCBS any day of the week. Yeah, I don't like paying $90 for either one of them, but it's, is what it is. So anything over half an inch doesn't do it for me. I need 1-hole guns. I understand. I guess I should say 3/4. Yeah, I understand that.
If you can get it, awesome.
Yeah. 1-hole or cloverleaf, Wolf. There you go. Johnny is reloading. Loads a bunch of gold dots with good results. Yeah. 338 Win Mag cloverleaf at 100 is my goal. Cool. I've never gotten but one type of ammo to group less than an inch out of my 338 Win Mag. So, indeed, haha, I got the first 22 I built to shoot. Half at 100, haha, I took it out of 400, about a fifth size group. No hits at 640 yet, haha. There you go. If any of you used Hawk's bullets, I'm curious how they hold together. I have not, no.
No.
Right, for sure. Does Alaska say a minimum caliber rating for bear, moose, caribou? No, it is not. And the reason is because there are so many places in native villages where they just use what they have. Some people hunt moose and caribou with a mini 14, 223. Like in Full Metal Jackets, they just use what they have, and they take aim with it, shoot through the body and hit bone, and that thing's going to tumble. I mean, let's be honest. So I would not want to be a moose or caribou hit with the 223. So no. There is a recommendation out there by the Fish and Game Department of 7mm 08 is the minimum cartridge with a proper bullet. They say is the minimum cartridge you would want to take all of the game with Alaska with. And I kind of agree with that. Like 7mm 08 can be loaded to 175 grain in most cases. It's only going 23, 2400, but it can be loaded safely. It can take a good game at close range. You got a youth hunter or a lady, and that's all they can handle the recoil of, and they're brown bear hunting with you, and so you would much rather them have a rifle on them than nothing. Well, you take the 7mm 08, hand it to them and be like, here, and it'll do the job. I mean, it's a 175 grain Federal Fusion or Nosler partition or something like that out of a 708. It's better than a 44 Magnum any day of the week.
Oh yeah.
It may not penetrate as deep as a hard cast 44 Magnum, but it's going to deliver a lot more energy and still penetrate very well. So that's that. So I would say, there is no minimum rating. Can you take deer and black bear and stuff like that with a smaller than 7 millimeter rate? Absolutely. I took a caribou with 6.5 Creedmoor. But yeah, which is smaller and slightly less powerful than 7 millimeter weight out of the same length barrel. At the muzzle, obviously at distance, the 6.5 Creedmoor does a little bit better with a higher BC. 300 windmill mag will take all three. Yes. There's a .23 caliber or greater in Canada minimum. That's interesting, John, because in Tennessee, where my mom's family had land and she grew up, it was a .240 caliber or larger. So it's like you need less in Tennessee than you need in Canada, and less in Canada than you need in Tennessee. Yeah, but they do. Yeah, 30 caliber minimum for bison. I remember watching that on North 61 Outdoors or North 61. Polar bear is 2,800 joules minimum. There you go. 300 Win Mag or PRC is about a perfect all around cartridge up here. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I've seen people hunt with Bergar, pull through the harder brains as a whole. Yeah, that's true. Any opinions on Winchester copper impact ammo? I would say if it's the rifle ammo, like the deer season copper. I don't know. Let me look it up to make sure I know what I'm talking about here. Okay, the deer season copper impact. It is a copper solid bullet. I'm saying it's probably a Barnes TTSX or Barnes TAC XP style bullet. So I would say it's probably decent. It's better than the regular deer season. By far, the regular deer season is a varmint bullet. Just explodes. But the copper will probably be a little bit better. But again, they're all copying the Barnes. So if you can find the Barnes, get the Barnes. It'll probably be a little bit more accurate. Though I sometimes have really good accuracy out of here. So out of Winchester. There you go. Playing 28 joules. What does that equate to? All right. So let's hit Google on that one. 2,800 joules equals foot-pound. 2,065 foot-pounds, according to this. So 30 caliber and 2,065 foot-pounds is your minimum. So you're talking about 308 Winchester. Can you get a 30-30 to do 2,000 foot-pounds? I don't know.
I think you can, maybe.
Yeah. 2,065 foot-pounds. So basically round up to 2,100 and you're fine,
I'm going to look at reloading data on the 30-30.
That's like a mild 308.
Yeah. Very mild 308. A good 308 should be able to get 23 to 2,500 foot-pounds.
Yep.
Yeah. So a lot of people in here talking about each other. Here we go. Alaskan, something to laugh about. I just picked up a 110 Savage FCP and 338 Lapua. Came with brass and ammo. Cool. Do you live here, Eugene? So we can do a video on that? That'd be awesome. We need to shoot together. Yes, we do. You could MOA with iron, especially if you use a 6 o'clock hold. There you go. So you're not covering the target in a definitive aiming point. Agreed. 300 Win Mag is a unicorn in the Midwest. Yep. No, it's possible, but as a guy that shot over 20,000 rounds last year, I'd like to see it. Yeah, there you go. I think it was closer to 25,000. Yeah, he shoots a lot. I gave up my 300 Win Mag. I got another armor at Centcom, Mag Drill, and retired speed guy. It had 160 grain spears on the tip, but he wouldn't tell me the powder recipe. Yeah. Hey, if anybody's got 300 Win Mag brass and wants to see 300 Win Mag on the channel, just saying, if you got any 300 Win Mag brass,
I got some I could donate to you.
Do you need a rifle?
Yeah.
On that. Speaking of which, let's talk about that. I do have new hoodies and shirts coming up here. You can see right here. It's another Just Come Try Your Infringements Alaskan Ballistic shirt. We got the bear and the AKs. AK is the Alaska thing. This one's $32, which is not too bad. It's cheaper than Chook's hoodie. I need to sell 50 of each of these. I've got a T-shirt for $22, again cheaper than Chook, and another hoodie. This one was $35 because it did it wrong. I've already sold one of those, but we just have some hoodies going. So if you guys don't mind helping out the channel, if you want to see 300 Win Mag, if you want to see ballistics gel, all right. YouTube advertising money ain't cutting it right now. It's barely covering some extra medical bills here and there for us. So, anyway, just come try your infringements. So,
where can you get these?
These are I have it in the link in the description, and then I also put the link as the first link in the chat right now. So, yeah, I've also put it on. I'll put it in the chat right now as well. But just come try your infringements. I think it was kind of a funny one. So, and it looks like they're going to come try in a few months. That's CRS guns, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So this is try to get money on the channel for, I'm basically at the point where I'm starting to have to use my teaching money to support the channel again. That's not going to work when you have a family and medical bills and stuff like that. It's got to, support itself.
Absolutely.
So if you
guys have an update on CRS, what's the latest on him?
I think he's out on bail. That's all I know. Could be wrong. There's a lot of GoFundMes and stuff out there. So, yeah, there you go. Sub MOA. 300 range is about max range for me here. Yeah. So I'll sign at my local gun store and indoor range has stated the only shotgun ammo allowed range must be purchased from them. Their Wolf 1,000 round case was $689 plus tax. Yeah. Wow. All right. Montana, I'm looking at 6.5 PRC, but the ammo online is $100 for 20. My local store has it for $53 a box. I better grab some. Yeah, I grabbed them for $48.99 at my local store. So, and I figured that was enough to start reloading for it, right? I mean, that'll give me 60 pieces of brass. My 6.5 PRC wasn't feeding well. Savage sent me a new magazine, so that's that. 6,000 yards range is closed till spring. There you go. Yeah, if you see, there's a lot of cases that use federal, in particular, a few others that use small rifle primers. Yep,
that's interesting.
Yeah, and honestly, they do it to build up pressure. So I would put in a small rifle Magnum primer. Good luck finding those. All right, I've found small rifle primers. I've found a bunch of small rifle primers over during this time. I have not found small rifle Magnum.
I've seen small rifle
43 placement. Bullet placement is king. Sinkoi, how's it going? Back in the day, in the 1970s, when I was a teenager, I used to read stories about Alaska natives using 222 kill polar bear with it, shoot them in the air. Yep, somebody killed one with the 17 Remington a few years ago. Shot it in the air. It was a yearling coming out from its mother's den. And there were two of them in the den, and so they weren't cubs; they were yearlings. So they stayed with their mom like 2 years, and so this was like a 3 or 4. This is like a 250, 300 pound bear, so it's still formidable.
Still big, yeah.
Yeah, and they shot it right through the ear with the 17 Remington. Guys were out hunting small game, so
interesting. Wow.
Yep. What's the performance of a 4570 for Alaska brown bear? Anyone got thoughts or experience to just know how much cartridge are red, but a lot of loads are a bit anemic. You want a 400 grain, 300 350 to 400 grain hard cast or a 305 grain extreme penetrator. You can do 305 hard cast too and load them up. And you want it to go significantly as fast as you can get it. But yeah, 1900 ish is where you want it. Yeah. So, you're in Montana. So when you fly up here, bring that rifle. All right. 4570 with hard cast can drop brown bear. Buffalo boar can generate 3,700 foot pounds. That's correct. I have 300 Win Mag brass. How much do you need? Maybe 50 pieces that are all the same. They don't need to be cleaned or anything, man. Alaska One Andy. Yeah, let me know. Email me at alaskanballistics@gmail.com. Yeah. I need a rifle too first. You got a rifle? We can go shoot together. And I need to do a 7mm rim mag versus 300 Win Mag video. So let me know. All right.
I think you should get a 6.5 300 Weatherby. I'll give you 300 Weatherby brass. I'm not sure if you can neck it down, but
yeah. My reloads are 500 grain at 1,500 feet per second. Very spicy. I trust it for brown bear. There you go. Yeah. Here's the problem, Austin. I want both. All right. Chrome Wolf, if you know, let me know. So, and then there's our link for the shirts. Go check them out. And the next one was the fact that it was just a long link. Right. John Galler, that sounds deadly, but with that slow of a velocity, does that mean the rounds penetrate well? I bet they do. I don't think they can possibly expand, but a 45 caliber hole that goes 3 feet of bear, perfect. There you go. Or they let CRS out with no bail, not a flight risk. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Looking for Remington 700, 308 action only. Any resource to try. Man, I don't know where to tell you to look. I'd say keep looking at your local gun store. Have you considered a Bergara? They're actually a better made gun than a Remington 700 over the last few years. It's the same action, but way smoother. My Bergara is more smoother than any Tika I've ever felt. And yeah, why would you not buy a Bergara? It takes all of the accessories are 700. My pastor at church put the stock from his Bergara on one of his 700s. Like that's how I think even I don't know about the triggers. I know the magwells, the scope bases, the stocks are all Remington 700 based. I'm not sure about the triggers. You don't need it with a Bergara trigger though. I mean, get down to less than 2 pounds with the factory trigger. So, have you considered a Bergara? It's a better gun than the crappy made Remingtons were the last few years. So.
What is John asking about? Do you know?
4570?
Yeah, I guess done the 4570 wood test.
Wood. Yeah, I found that the hard casts actually at 25 yards, the hard casts actually mushroomed up. The Buffalo Boar 430 grain that I think they're going at like 1950 feet per second, and I have a 22-inch barrel. At 25 yards, they mushroomed up and they penetrated like 50% less than the 380 grain solid. So just something to keep in mind with those hard casts, because if you're shooting at close range, high velocity like that, because hard casts are not really meant for, 1900 feet per second. They're meant for like, max 1600, 1700 feet per second. They start to flatten out a little bit. So, so it's something to think about, And
that's why in every one of my extreme penetrator versus hard cast, except for 44 Magnum, really bad video on the beginning of the channel that I need to redo. Except for every one of the extreme penetrator has actually performed better going through a hard barrier target like my dinner plates and the wood behind it.
Right.
Yeah, or just the dinner plates. The extreme penetrator always outperforms with a hard barrier target. So,
absolutely. Yep.
But they're expensive as all get out. So, but yeah, I agree. Wood's not a great medium, but how many houses are made out of wood? So, and the other thing is like, who cares? It's a harder medium than XYZ. It's a harder medium than gel. Who cares? So, no offense. I dig NYPrepper. Yeah, he means, yeah. So,
I use wood just because I'm not going to spend, hundreds of dollars on ballistics gel and stuff. And,
Yeah. I'm going to start making more ballistics gel. But it would be nice if I could get a few of the clear ballistics shipped, but it's $200 a block here. Skipped my question.
Wow.
I had a question about the hoodies. Let me go up and try to find it there. Just a tool. I asked on Instagram if the hoodie will come in black or the same blue Alaska flag has. Right now, the hoodie is coming in green and brown, kind of hunting colors, and the T-shirt is coming in the blue Alaska flag. So that's all. That's all they let me do. I'll try to update it to see if I can. But the more I update it, like the more it has to print of each one. So if I don't get an X number to print for each one of those, it won't print them. So the more I put in, it has to have a minimum of 12 for each one. Historically, I've bought the most shirts and broke even. And so that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I only want to buy 2 or 3 this time and not buy everyone. And I'll probably buy one for Chook and my cameraman and my wife. So I'll probably end up buying 4 myself. That's that. So. All right. John Gallagher was giving me a hard time here. What I got to see here. You're still right about Bergar, but if it can be smoother than a Tika, I guess he's saying, but it can't be smoother than Tika. Come on. Not even close, man. My Tika is nowhere near as close as smooth as my Bergar. Not even close, man. It's like trying to compare a baby's butt to Greg's beard there. Okay, that's the difference between that. I'm just gonna go off on you here, John. I love you. You're always in the chat. I appreciate it, John. But Tika is like 60 grit sandpaper compared to my Bergara, which is like highly polished glass. Okay, so I'm just saying that's the difference, man. All right, so
I have no experience with a Bergara, but I've shot a Remington 700 and it was not smooth at all.
No, my Remington 700 is. My Remington 700 is kind of but I tell you what though, it's accurate though still. So I still like my Remington 700. It probably if crap hit the fan tomorrow and I had to take one hunting gun out with me to my getaway, which I'm not giving the location of, it would be my 700. Probably even over my Bergara, just because of the caliber, 7mm rim mag versus 6.5 Creedmoor. I mean, probably.
Sounds like Bergara and 7 mag.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of power, a lot of good ballistics coefficient.
Yeah. Now my Tika is smoother than my Ruger American, my Ruger M77 Mark 1. My Tika is smoother than my Remington 700. My Tika is smoother than my Savage 110 Switch, and every gun and I have is smoother than my Savage 110 Switch. My Tika is smoother than my Savage 111 and 116. Those are still good guns. All right. My Savages that aren't near as smooth outshoot my Tika too. Both the 116 and the 110, 111, 6.5 Creedmoor, and they'll get half-inch scoops all day long with the right ammo. That Tika will not. It's sub-inch at best with the right ammo, but so because my favorite non-Remington 700 action so far. Yep. My buddy just picked up 60 FN made Mausers and 300 Weatherby mag for $450. 60s. Oh, a 60s man. I was like, he makes a minutes. Stop my MOA at 800. I was 20 minutes late, or the shop or it would have been mine. I'll keep looking. Good luck, buddy. Good luck, Martin.
And I know you guys are dying to know, but the 3030 Energy is roughly around 1,700 foot-pounds at the muzzle.
That's what I was thinking. It's about 243 type foot-pounds. So
Still a decent amount of power.
Yeah. Yeah, and the same 30-30 FUD make fun of 6.5 Creedmoor. What can I say? You can shoot my CTR 6.5 Creedmoor 9/16 group with factory 140 gram burgers loaded by Federal. Yeah, they shoot. My Bergar outshoots that though, so I can say that. He can shoot good though, except mine.
It's because it's a
Yeah,
270.
yeah. 270 to me is just not an accurate caliber, and I'll say that. I mean, you can get good accuracy in it, but it's not an inherently accurate. There's a reason why it's not a match grade caliber, and you don't see it at matches. But you see 6.5 PRC and 300 PRC, and
308.
308, and those kinds of things. Even 6mm Creedmoor. So 6.5 Creedmoor. Them Bergars are very smooth. I got the B14 and 7 Magnum freaking shoots. Not a picky gun at all. There you go. Now, Bergars actually have a reputation for being pretty picky, especially a lot of the heavy barrel versions. Where they're like made to handle the match grade ammo for that caliber. Like the 6.5 is supposed to be perfect for 6.5 ELD and match precision hunter. And then there are a lot of places where Bergar even says this kind of thing. But mine shoots 1/2-inch groups, 8/16 as going guy was saying there. So I remember Bergar and HMRs and 6.5 Creedmoor and 300 Win Mag. Yep. Cool. I happen to like my little Remington 700 SBS. I would say it's one ugly mofo. That's about it. Trigger isn't great heavy as trigger gets. Accuracy, performance, yes, I like it a lot. Yeah, they're good. Like Remington 700s are good guns. Now that they have decent triggers on them and stuff, Man, you guys are bad. My biggest rifle caliber is 308. I'm out of my league here on rifle caliber. Yeah, pretty much.
Magnum Mania.
Prepper, what do you hunt with?
300 Win Mag or 4570.
Nice.
Or sometimes 12 gauge slug.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, so furthest shot's not going to be more than 200 yards unless you're hunting a farm or something, It's just all woods here, so.
Nice.
What about you? What do you hunt with?
300 Weatherby.
300 Weatherby, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Got to have that out there in Utah, right? For the long shots, the elk.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I was originally going to get a 300 Win Mag. That's what my dad has, my brother has.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a Vanguard for less than $500, and it was in 300 Weatherby. So I was
wow.
Might
That's
as well
a steal.
just get the more powerful cartridge.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cheaper.
He just had to prove his 300 was better and bigger than your 300. That's what it was.
I don't
I couldn't resist again. This is my birthday gift from a girl about 4 years ago. Calibers in 270. I would say the best accuracy I got was 0.9-inch groups on a good day. Average 1.25. Hey, there you go. That's my Tika as well.
It's better than mine. Mine average is 2 inches.
Yeah.
At best.
Yeah, but yours is a Savage Axis. You bought a $250 gun. So what do you expect?
Hey,
All
it was $325 for record.
Oh, then you paid way too much for it.
Then I got ripped off.
I got a Savage Axis for $175 2 years ago. So
Nice.
Yeah, and I gave it away on the channel. So,
So
no more 25 bucks.
I think I figured out the issue with the Savage Axis. There's something that's hitting the bullet before the bullet hits the lands. So I think there's some kind of pressure hitting the bullet. And so my dad in his little town, someone is going to see if they can get that fixed for me. So he knows someone that can.
Well, have you called
whatever
Savage
it is?
Have you stuck a bore scope up to it, or?
Yeah, and we can't really find it, but we just noticed that when putting the bullet comparator gauge through, there's some marks on the bullet, and then there seems like there's two places where you hit the lands. There's like this initial spot, and then you could push even farther, and that's when it actually hits the lands.
That's
So I think
weird.
there's just something catching. So
Yeah,
just
not
probably
good
a
at all.
quality control issue with Savage.
Have you made a dummy round for it?
No, not yet.
Make some dummy rounds. Put some bullets in casings without any primers and powder in them, and see if you can find them almost exactly where it is. Then you'll know where to look. So,
Yeah.
Weird.
anyone never noticed cold weather change the elevation from a cold rifle to a warm rifle? Nope, I have not. What is the? I don't shoot long enough distance to make that happen. What is the typical range in Utah that you usually see?
I mean, I think most people are going to be like within 100 to 200 yards. But, I mean, you have the ability to look across canyons. So if you really wanted to, you could make 700,000-800,000 yard shots. But you can get up close just like everywhere else. But I would say 100 to 200 yards.
I think the Tika throats to shoot some ammo better than others. Yep, I totally agree with that. Absolutely. My Tika loves 130 grain Winchester power points.
Hey, at least it's cheap ammo.
Was cheap ammo, and now it's like $40.
Now it's like premium. Yeah.
Now it's the price of what,
Bond or something.
Yeah. No, but yeah, but it's also my wife's gun, and if I can't get it to shoot a bullet that I really like, then me and her are gonna like talk about selling it because she wants a lightweight rifle. I had her shoot the 6.5 by 284, and she didn't like that too much, and she's carried her 6.5 Creedmoor, but for me, like 6.5 Creedmoor is like winter hunting only up here when there's not big brown bears out. Like I love 6.5 Creedmoor, don't get me wrong, and people kill brown bears and moose and stuff with it, but I'm not going to go out where a big brown bear is a possibility of coming up on your kill with only a 6.5 Creedmoor. I'll do it with my 6.5 by 284, even though it's just a little bit more, but just because I want to kill something with that caliber. But I'm not going to go 6.5 Creedmoor, unless it's an AR-10, which I have, but it's I'm not going to go 6.5 Creedmoor for like moose or brown bear or black bear hunting. I think 6.5 Creedmoor if I'm going to go do a winter caribou hunt and snowshoe out someplace. That's when I think 6.5 Creedmoor is a good spot to go to. So. Tika is the best rifle you can get for the money, all things added up. Nope, the Bergar B14 is a little bit cheaper. It's $699 versus $799 for Tika. Just a regular Bergar B14 synthetic, and it's much more accurate rifle and smoother. So, but for accuracy, I'm not that picky. The ranges I hunt on the river I live on, there's no long shots due to other hunters on the river as well, but not safe popping 400 plus yards. There you go. So, a lot of bang for your dollar again, but I'm going after custom. I'll never go factory again. There you go. I will say there's nothing like a custom bolt gun worth every penny. You can make it just how you like to get great actions and barrels. And I run an Impact 737 with a Brooks barrel and 284 Winchester. 284 Winchester is a very underrated caliber. Yeah. So.
Only have the money for a custom gun.
They can actually be not too expensive, depending on what gunsmith you go with and parts you pick and stuff.
Yep.
It may only end up costing an extra $1,000 or $500 than a higher end factory rifle.
Yeah.
So I guess reloading Weatherby, John is telling you to cut a groove in the case and see how far the bullet gets pushed back.
Okay.
That's good. In your axis, yeah, good. Yep, Trevor's saying, there you go, consistent .25 MOA groups. There you go. And 284 will kill anything in America. Okay, good groups. You're good. What's the thoughts on suppressors for hunting? For me, the tactical gear plus hunting just sound too good to me. Are we going to war with our game species? My own personal opinion is simplicity is key. I think you're absolutely wrong. Saving your ears is great. I killed a grouse last year when me and Courtney were walking and with my son there. And we didn't have to put on hearing protection like the suppressed 22 with subsonic ammo. didn't hurt his ears, So no, if you can save your hearing by hunting with a suppressor, save your hearing by hunting with a suppressor.
I agree.
Yeah, totally retarded not to hunt with a suppressor if you can legally do it in your state. And that's the way I'm saying right now. Totally retarded. And I do it a lot, so it's totally retarded.
I would do it if I had the money.
Yeah, but no, I hunt with a suppressor all the time. It's just a 22 suppressor, But yeah, no, it's definitely new suppressors on the list. So that's on the list too. But probably the next two guns for the channel are a Glock 20 and a 300 Win Mag, and I don't know which order I'm going to buy those in. Probably the 300 Win Mag.
300 Win Mag, get that one.
6x300. Okay, here's a question for you guys. What are your thoughts on muzzle brakes?
For what? Just in general or hunting?
For hunting.
I take them off when I hunt. Just I carry electronic, like the rope earplugs. They're like $50, but still, I don't want to have if that plug is not in all the way and I got 300 Win Mag with a muzzle brake, forget it, man. Yeah, I just take the brake off and I put the the other, like my rifle, I have a Ruger, so it has like that barrel weight thing, and the POI is the same. So I just take the brake off when I'm hunting. If I'm at the range and I'm just doing long range shooting, I'll just keep the brake on. But yeah, I don't like them.
I just got one for Christmas as a gift from my dad. A Bergar one, by the way. It's really nice. Took my 300 Weatherby recoil and it feels less than my 270. So I really like it, but I don't know if I'm going to hunt with it on.
So my thing is if it takes your recoil down, you're going to be flinching less and make a better accurate shot. So why would you not do it?
Exactly.
Carry ear protection, put in plugs or something. All you need is enough to not have the shock of the sound wave. A very good muzzle brake is designed where a lot of the sound won't go out; it'll go forward and out. And so there's some like the Area 419 and stuff like that muzzle brakes. There's some good stuff. There's some good stuff out there that won't be as noisy. And my opinion is well, buy a muzzle brake, you can attach a suppressor on the outside of it. And when you get your suppressor, put the suppressor on. But no, I have a muzzle brake on my 4570. I will not hunt without it. A, it's permanent. It's permanently on there, and B, I can make it better, more accurate shots quickly for that. I have hunted brown bear with my 338 Win Mag that has a permanently welded on muzzle brake, and it's fine. Like. I think I did put hearing protection on the first time, but not the last time I shot it in the woods. The first time was on the open tundra, but anyway, the grizzly bear didn't mind, so that's that. Now for tactical applications, and this is not your question, but for tactical applications, always flash hider, never muzzle brake. All right, because a flash hider can hide 99% of your flash, whereas a muzzle brake is going to show 99% of your flash and give a big old hey, here I am.
Yeah,
hey,
signature too. Yeah,
and so it's not worth the recoil recovery for that. So again, you go a flash hider, and then you buy a flash hider. You can later put a suppressor on, and you're fine. So that's kind of the way I would think about it right now. But for your AR-15 for SHTF or your AR-10 or your Springfield M1A, you leave the flash hider on. But for or even a bolt gun you use for SHTF, put a flash hider on it. All right, I had I couldn't find any good muzzle brakes in town. I put a 8.2 flash hider for a 308 on one of my old 338 Win Mags. So 8.2 flash hider it covered the flash. There was a 21-inch barrel or 22-inch barrel Savage Bear Hunter or Savage Hog Hunter, Brush Hunter, or whatever they call it. And it was a pretty bad gun. It was terrible. It was the cheapest version they made with a stock that had nothing, internal magazine only and stuff like that. I traded for it in Georgia and got paid an AR-15 to have some money to travel up here with, and then It was the worst gun I ever had. So
I remember that. That was Savage's attempt to make a guide gun, like a Ruger guide gun. I remember that one.
Yeah, and they have some better ones now. So, cool. All right. I think 300 black tip, 300 black tip, 300 blackout was there. Absolutely. I don't know where you would get that, but they do make. Barnes makes one. I mean, Barnes makes a black tip, but it's black tipped. It's not armor piercing black tip. Sure. Made it. Hey, David, how's it going, man? Yeah. Yeah, you got the one action and 4 barrels. Yeah, there you go. There's that. You can go with that now. As option. What's up? Quest for the perfect load. We'll have to get you on here sometime, man. Especially since I trolled your channel pretty hard the other day. So.
Was that about the 6.5 Creedmoor post?
Yeah, that was the 6.5 Creedmoor post. I don't know if you saw that. He goes 30-06 for those people that for those people who know that they don't need BC to take down a game, and I was like, it's also for the FUD. It has 50 yards from their deer stand that they're hunting from. So, but no, there's nothing wrong with a good 30-06. I killed my first caribou with a 30-06. So,
Quest for the perfect load. I doubt he's doing in deer hunting in a stand. So, I think his shots are pretty far.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one other thing. Like, I carry a 22 pistol with me for small game, because I like to eat small game while I'm in the woods, and I'll cook it and eat it right there. A little salt on it, and cook it over an open fire and eat it right there. So that's that.
What kind of small game you guys have up there? You guys have squirrels up there?
Grouse, little tiny red squirrels. They're not as big as
red squirrels. Okay.
Grouse, red squirrels, rabbits, ptarmigan, porcupines. People eat those.
Okay, porcupines. Okay.
You got to be careful skinning them.
We got a lot of them here.
I don't think we have skunk.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't eat a skunk, but
leave the muzzle brake on and wear ear protection. Better to shoot better and have amplified hearing. I agreed.
All right.
Google muzzle brakes for considerate of others at the range. If you shoot by yourself, then whatever. I hate it when someone comes right to me with a muzzle brake. Double up on your ear protection and make sure you got 30. Yeah, double up and make sure you get your muffs are just 30. So that's that.
Yep. Hey, everyone around me shoots with a muzzle brake. I might as well make them suffer with mine.
Yeah. And the other thing is like, if you're going to a range, you got to expect people to use what they're hunting with. If they're going to hunt with a muzzle brake, then they need to use what they're hunting with. I mean, if you don't like it, you can always request a different bench at the range. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but
I do too.
Now, an indoor range, muzzle brakes suck. They really suck. Even on handguns, they suck. Muzzle brakes are the future, not in tactical rifles.
Muzzle brakes are the future.
They're already here. I've seen a video of someone hunting with a suppressor, and because the suppressor dispersed the noise, the deer didn't know where it came from and ran toward 5 o'clock from its tree. There you go.
There you go.
Ran right at him, huh? Somebody told you go Cougs.
All right, go Cougs, David.
I 100% agree. Leave it on. Removing it will change the POI. Generally speaking, yes. Not
I think it also. I have to just interject real quick. It depends on the muzzle brake system. Like with the Ruger rifles, they have this barrel weight that basically it looks just like the muzzle brake, but instead of the ports in it, it's just solid steel. And I've never had any issues. And I'm not sponsored by Ruger, but I've taken it on and off every season.
I would like to be.
And I never had any problems, So did I try to shoot at 500 or 1,000 yards to see? No. That was just like a 100-yard test. I never had any issues. But, yeah, if you're going like 500 yards or 1,000 yards, and, yeah, if you just have like a regular muzzle brake and you take it off and you just go bare, then, yeah, there's going to be a change for sure. But, like, with the Rugers, they have that system. I never had any issues with that system so far, so.
Yeah. Personally, I mean, I respect your own opinion, but for us that choose to use simplicity, especially in rural Alaska, yeah, suppressor and stuff just adds variables that we don't need. Don't need. Why would you not save your hearing? That's a good need. It's cheaper to buy a suppressor than it is to buy hearing aids, especially since your insurance company won't pay for them. I'm just being honest. Like, it's cheaper to buy a suppressor. I mean, so why would you not call it a need? I mean, yes, it's tactical and yes, it's cool and all that stuff, but why would you not call something that protects your hearing a need? I don't get that. So, I'm sorry, but like, if you can hunt with a suppressor in your state and you can afford a suppressor and you've bought one and you've sighted your gun in it with it on, why would you not hunt with it? Yeah. So, Terminus is the smoothest action I've ever touched. Cool. Back into custom rifles there. So, APA little bastard will do the trick. I'm not sure what that's talking about, but yeah. Maybe that's the type of suppressor. Did or no from a 308 and a Wolfman from people at the range like me. Yeah. Like the Hawkins precision just makes the blast on the sides go off the ground so you don't kick up a lot of dust. There you go. All right. Been looking at Bergar prices and they're all minimum 1,400 Canadian. They weigh 9+ pounds. Tika's under 1,000, 7 pounds. You sure that's your final answer, Alaskan? Yeah. The Bergar is a better gun. You don't have to. It's not near as picky. All right. All I'd say, John, is man up and carry your extra 2 pounds. All right. So, and mine's a bigger difference than that. My Bergar is a 14-pound rifle over the Tika, which is a 7-8 pound rifle with the scope on it. Yeah, that's that. So, haha, you mean 6.5 need more? Yeah, I've heard all that. Haha, need more. Yeah. Only thing I need more about the 6.5 need more is for you to need to read more about it and figure out why it's invented. Yeah, that's all I'm going to tell you guys.
So I have a question for Quest for the Perfect Load. So I noticed he started making those memes right after I posted my own version of a meme of the 6.5 Creedmoor. I was just wondering if I was that inspiration or is just coincidence.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yep. Again.
Got a question for you, Chuck. Quick question. Yep. Do you guys ever have the bears come out of hibernation or wander around in the wintertime? Except, I mean, obviously the females give birth in January, right? But do they ever get up and wander around?
Yes, they do, but not more than a couple of feet or two from their den.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, maybe they go out and look for something that they can munch on, but that's about it.
When do they normally start denning? Like October over there?
October. It depends on how the weather is. If the weather's still warm and not snowed in till November, then yeah, it'll be November. Me and a friend were out hunting in December when these guys come back and said we could smell a brown bear. He was all around us. We saw tracks and poop everywhere. We're getting the heck out of here. It was a warm day. It was 28 degrees. I mean, it's snow everywhere, but 28 degrees. I mean, that's fairly warm for that area of Alaska.
Yeah, it's fairly warm now.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah.
Thanks.
You guys are getting to slingshots and air guns for that. Yep. So I have a Silence Go 300 Win Mag can. I keep it on my home defense gun. They allow rifle and shotgun on the range. So there you
go. Wonder what kind of can he has. I have a Silencer Co. in jail. I'm waiting for it right now.
Honestly, I have no problem getting 3/4 inch roofs with my Tika. That extra 2 pounds sure adds up too. I don't know. Well, you get 1/2 inch problem with your Bergara. So that's that. Hello, Joel. How's it going? Aha, the future thing sounded funnier in Napoleon Dynamite voice. Oh, there you go. I haven't seen that movie in years. Joel McKinney. Hello, neighbors. J-Dog. Put a blast scan on my 7.5 inch AR. It made it shootable. The concussion was terrible. There you go. Well, yeah, there's your mistake. You had a 7.5 inch AR. That's the mistake. You have taken your AR and now made it the physical foot-pounds of energy of a 22 Magnum by cutting the barrel off so much with your 1,800 feet per second 55 grain bullet. So, but yeah, it's all good. I lie. It might be 2,100 feet per second. So again, 22 Magnum. So that's that. So, well, decent enough to hit stuff off, huh? There you go. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with the Tikka. There's nothing wrong with the Tikka. If you like the Tikka, get the Tikka. There's nothing wrong with it. They're more picky. So, to me, the Bergar is a better gun. So, I just don't want to give the government 200 more of my money they don't deserve. Now, that's the best reason not to get a suppressor. All right. John, people buy Tikkas and write them off because of accuracy, when in fact it's usually a shooter trying to shoot a 7-pound Magnum. Yep, that's true. Yeah, I don't know about that. If you hunt in a high pressured area, deer will run when there's a gunshot. I've seen some deer stay around. Don't get me wrong. I've seen some caribou stay around, but yeah, overall they're gonna run. They're gonna haul butt. My insurance company won't buy my hearing aids. Think they'll buy suppressor. That's a good one. You're turning my own words against me. I like it, Burton. Like it a lot. There you go. I agree. I only shoot 270 Win, put on a limb saver, and it's a decent recoil wise. I have the T3 light. Yeah, I have a T3X light, so RT3X. So 3 shots max for game series, 1 or 2 on average now at the range. Sounds fun, but walking through thick there's thick brush, 30 inches barrel doesn't sound too good. Yeah. Yes, the light 300 Win mag or WSM is a handful for recoil control. Yes, it is. I've been there. That's why I asked to be put away from people, and that my Glock 20 likes tossing brass over the divider on people. Yeah, there you go. Facts and Firearms at SHOT Show saying they were shooting the 8.63 blackout 300 grain subs at 350 meters with the 24-inch drop. Rough math on the Hornady app shows 140-inch drop. Am I wrong or what? Well, subsonic is what? A maximum of 1,080 at sea level, right? So, yeah, it sounds like 140-inch drops, probably more. Now I gotta look this up. Now, do you know the BC of the bullet? That's the issue. So I'll just pick a 8.63 grain bullet. Let's look at this. And 1,080 is what at sea level. 1,080, or it might be just above 1,100. I can't remember the speed of sound.
Something like that, yeah.
300. Yeah, I'm getting 32-inch drop at 200, 103-inch drop at 300. That's just putting a 0.35 in for ballistics coefficients, which might be high for those. So, yeah. I think the answer's somewhere in between you guys, so. Weatherby Win Mag 300 or Wind.
I think he's saying, do you get a Vanguard and a 300 Weatherby or a 300 Win Mag?
If you hand load, it doesn't matter right now. If you don't hand load and things start to return to normal, then you get the 300 Win.
Maybe. I think I'm still seeing more 300 Weatherby than 300 Win Mag.
I'm not seeing either, so it doesn't matter. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Quest for the perfect.
You're gonna get a Weatherby rifle, get it in a 300 or get it in a Weatherby cartridge.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, I shot my buddy 7mm T3 light, and it wasn't enjoyable. Yeah, when I had a 300 Win Mag, it was not enjoyable. All right.
I saw your comment. Quest for the perfect load.
All right. Weatherby rifles, they're a bit of an oddity around here, well regarded as high quality kits. Okay.
Kind of. My dad had a 300 Weatherby. He also had a 340 Weatherby. And then he went to take his 300 Weatherby and get like a custom barrel on it to improve his accuracy. And the guy said, "Hey, I have this custom barrel on 300 Win Mag. Are you okay if I just switch it to a Win Mag?" He said, "Sure." And when the time came, I wanted to get an elk gun. I was pretty set on a Win Mag, and then found the Vanguard on sale and decided why not. My dad still had the 300 Weatherby dice, so it was a pretty easy choice. And he had brass too, still.
All right, the 7.5-inch upper was given to me. Yeah, there's a reason why I was given to you. Yeah, there you go. Any of you three have military experience? No, I did not serve.
No.
We are just civilian gun home guys. All right, Chuck, have you noticed any difference between reliability in your AR-10 and 6.5 and your AR-10 and 308? Accuracy is better, I'm guessing. Accuracy is all on quality of barrel. Caliber really has nothing to do with it. My 6.5 AR-10 shoots better than the old 6.5 308 I had, which got about 0.6, 0.7 inches. But I really haven't done enough tests with my 6.5 yet. So ask me in about 3 months. So. All right. Only TK I find enjoying with Steve is my Arctic 3 and 308. The stock it comes with is a nice recoil and dampener. There you go. All right, Mr. FNH, have a good night, man. Weather used to be better, but now custom is the way to go. If not, you'd see Weatherby's used in competition, and you don't. All right. Looked out and found it in a pawn shop I delivered to. Got it under retail, so I was happy. There you go. Guitars and Ghosts, Weatherby, what's going on, man? All right. Controversial opinion. Certain match bullets, example, are exception hunting bullets when you match velocity with proper section notes. Bullet construction is more important than sectional density or the design of the bullet. Or it's more important than weight or grains or anything like that when it comes to hunting. You want the bullet to stay together and not explode all over the place. And Bergars have a big tendency, no matter whether the hybrid hunter or the hybrid match or whatever the match, they have a tendency to explode all over the place. And a lot of match bullets have a tendency to explode all over that place. Some of them have a tendency not to expand at all. So I don't agree with that opinion. Respect you, Trevor. Thank you for commenting and everything, but I disagree. Give me a Barnes bullet over that any day of the week. Anybody agree, disagree?
I
agree. What are those hybrids?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm sure I could get better accuracy out of my 300 Weatherby if I was shooting Bergars, but I'd rather have a bullet not explode.
Does anybody know what are those hybrids like bonded? They're not bonded, are they? Or they just have like a little crimp ring or anything that holds the core in?
Yeah, I don't think they're bonded.
They're not bonded at all.
Yeah, so they're probably going to explode.
What's your guys' thoughts on the Barnes TTSX bullet? Best bullet for out to 400 yards.
I have those for my 300 Win Mag. They're very accurate. But yeah, like he said, closer range, medium range. Yeah.
Yeah. LRX 400.
I have a buddy that's gotten into hunting, and so I've been reloading for him, and he has a 30-06, and I got some 168 TTSX, and they shoot really well. They're 3/4 inch in his Savage axis, and they're going almost 2950.
Yeah, that's good.
30-06.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, they're good bullets. Can't go wrong.
Good bullets, yep. Bullets, Bergar bullets are match bullets marketed on hunting bullets. Yeah, agreed. I've hunted with Bergar and never had any issue. One shot, multiple kills. Good. Glad you didn't accidentally hit a rib bone and it shattered on you. All right. Of course, Kellen, I mean, hopefully you're talking, big game, but yeah. I watch some long range hunting group videos. See this ballistic gel testing and match hunting bullets. You'd be surprised if you do your homework and pick the proper way for the cartridge. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, man. I just think that, I'm not going to shoot beyond 700 yards. I don't need that kind of match accuracy on a bullet that's going to explode. So that's the way I see it. So Barnes LRX will do anything I need it to do. I'm not going to take a 1,000-yard shot on something. I had a 1,000-yard shot on my caribou that I shot at 459. I just waited. She was kind of coming diagonally at me, so she was coming down to my left this way. So she was out in front of me at 1,400, and then down here at 1,000, it was kept coming this way to 459. So a good hunter doesn't need to do that. So.
I just want to interject real quick. I think a lot of the people that say that, oh, you can hunt at 1,000 yards, never really shoot. I mean, some of the guys are experienced long range shooters, but you have some people that watch these guys on YouTube and they think that they're going to go out there and take game at 1,000 yards and never really shoot much at 1,000 yards. I mean, all it takes is a little gust of wind and your bullet's going off several feet. The margin of error is just huge. Why do that if you can stalk up to 500 yards? You should be able to stock up to 500 yards for most game, in my opinion.
And here's the other thing is, if you're, a 4 to 6 second flight time for a 1,000-yard shot, right? Most of the time, 4 to 6 seconds.
Yep.
All right. Depending on your caliber. I mean, some calibers it's probably 2.5, 3 seconds. And some other calibers it's, 45-70, for example, it's a minute and a half, but whatever.
Yep.
But they used to shoot buffalo at thousands of yards with 45-70s, and that's why they came out with the 45-90. That's why they came out with the 45-120 sharps, 110, 50, 110. If you like Lever Guns 50, go check out his channel. Lever Guns 50 got cool guns. But all that being said, that deer can move. How many of you have seen a deer or an elk or a caribou stay still for more than 6 seconds? I mean, you shoot a deer or a caribou at 1,000 yards. You better make sure that they've been bending down eating for the last 30 seconds, and they're going to stay bending down eating for the last next 30 seconds. Because 400 or 500 yards, I've seen them. I've been ready to shoot one at 400 yards. And I've been well, not quite big enough. I want to wait for a bigger bull. And as soon as I think, no, I'll take him, he starts walking in the wind. 480 yards in the wind, starts walking. Nope, not taking that shot.
Yeah, it's too risky.
Mm-hmm. But you do have to compensate for the constructions of match bullets. That's why you go heavy for caliber and higher SD. Okay, so like I said, bullet construction is more important. That's exactly, you just proved my point. Thank you for making my point for me. Okay. You'll like them. I think he's referring to TTSX. Yeah.
What bullet weight were you using for your 30-06?
Yes, they are. Okay. Barnes is my
Who's that question for? Oh, Quest for
Perfect. Quest for Perfect Load.
Yeah. I've always been a Nosbertician guy. Yeah. But Chuck has changed my mind. Well, if your Nosbertician shoots great in your 270, those grouped 6 inches for me. But yeah, if they shoots great in your 270, go ahead. Barnes TTSX is extremely good though. All big game, moose and elk. Good luck, buddy. I like the terminal scents too. Terminal scents are great bullets. That's, to me, Barnes TTS. I mean, you go watch my top 5 hunting bullets. But to me, Barnes LRX is 1, TTSX is 2, Nosler Precision is 3. But after that, they're all kind of tied. And I would say Accubon Long Range and Terminal Ascents, they're pretty good. It was hard to pick between the Terminal Ascent, the Federal Fusion, the Nosler Long Range Accubon, the Hornady GMX. All of those could have been in. Really, if you check out my top 5 hunting bullets video, it is really the top 3 are solid, and the next 5 or 6 that I've listed on there, because I did 3 honorable mentions, they're all interchangeable. Of course, they're all interchangeable. Of course, what shoots best in your gun, but
right. What about the Bond Strike? Those are good too. The Norma Bond Strike.
I have not had a chance to try them yet, so
I have a box. I want to test it out.
You have loaded ammo or
it's the factory Norma Bond Strike. I picked up a box. I'm gonna do some testing with it.
Cool. I'm gonna have to find the bullets, the hand load. So you have to find the bullets to hand load. All right. Smoked a 1,200-pound bull moose with 136 grain since this year. Dropped in strike. Yeah, I have 136 grain since to load for my 270. John, what is your load for 270 in that? John, I would like to know what your load is for 270 and 136 grain is Federal cents. So, unless you did factory. My 6mm arc did 1.5 inch group at 1,000. Well, okay, you can go hunt deer at 1,000 yards, Cromwell. All right. Still, the flight time is up there, and an animal could take a step or two from. Yep, agreed. Bipod, tripod for lightweight hunting rifle. Man, I just use Harris bipods. If I can't hunt prone, I don't shoot, but I use Harris bipods. And I forgot what walking stick thing I had that has. Oh, mine's a Bogue, or what is it? What is it called? It begins with the B. God, I don't even remember. But yeah, no, it's good. Oh, 168 grain is what he said. Quest for the perfect load.
Cool.
Okay. I used to love Barnes, but after those 2, it left a sour taste in my mouth. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. All I can say is, yeah, they are for bigger game. I can say that much. But, yeah.
Interesting.
You're not the only person I've heard say that, but by far and large, they expand right up. So,
I mean, my dad, he got a whitetail deer in Wyoming with his 300 Win Mag with a 210 VLD Bergar bullet, and it penciled through, surprisingly. And the deer ran for like 50 yards, so it didn't blow up like people say it does. So,
right.
I think it can, bullets aren't always do what they're supposed to do.
There are a lot of inconsistencies from lot number to lot number. That's one thing about, I hate the Hornady SSTs, and then there's some people that swear by them, and I have seen them fragment and everything I've seen, and the ELDX as well, and some people swear by them. And I think there's just a lot of inconsistencies from caliber to caliber and lot number to lot number of a lot of these bullets. And I would include Barnes in that. I really would. Even though Barnes LRX is my favorite, yeah. Oh, the Bog Pod. Yes, that's the one I have. The Bog. I have a two prong Bog thing, and I'm no good shooting with it. I'm terrible shooting with it, so I need to practice with that more. But yeah, hunting steel is fine. They're factory ammo. I can't get the bonnet, so I'm really eager to try and find some 155 grain terminal cents for 270 high BC. A great ST should be stellar. Yeah. 155 grain. They don't make terminal cents 155 grain for 270. They make it. They make that for 7 mag. They don't make it for 270. They make only 136 for 270, unless they're making it for the new 6.8 Western cartridge. So, all right, guys, it's been a long chat, so let's go ahead and do it in. Oh, somebody had a question I wanted to answer. Let me see if I make sure I didn't skip it here. almost anything Norma is excellent. Agreed. All right. Well, guys, we're gonna get out of here. I'll let everybody say what they got. Tomorrow's video is a 41 Magnum video, another one of those. So that's that. All right, cool. Yeah. So send me a link, John. Send me a link on AlaskanBallistics@gmail.com. There you go. All right, guys, have a good night. Reloading Weatherby, you want to talk about your channel and what's coming up?
I just did a video on the 7mm Weatherby and how it's actually a really efficient cartridge. You can't say that for most Weatherby cartridges, but basically has the same case design as a rem mag, but it's about 100 feet per second faster. But they're expensive, and ammo's ridiculously expensive for it. So that's probably why it never took off, and why the rem mag beats it in popularity.
I always wanted to get a 460 Weatherby. 7,000 foot-pounds.
You enjoy punishment.
I do.
Would you leave the muzzle brake on for hunting for that one?
I might take it off. I don't know. Do you think Tika would make a 460 Weatherby in a 6-pound gun?
Thanks, Eugene. Thank you, man.
Stock might split. Whole stock would just blow right off.
What I want Weatherby to make is make their backcountry in a 460 Weatherby.
No. All right, New York Prepper, what do you got coming out on your channel for everybody?
I just got some random ballistics tests, some gun reviews, just some random stuff like that. Yeah, some gear reviews, and then my usual prepping stuff, you know. I got some ice tests that I did over the weekend. I took some 5-gallon buckets, I filled them with water, and I froze them, and I lined them up to see how many I could shoot through. So I just uploaded the 416 Ruger versus that, and then I got 10 millimeter and 308 to upload this week, hopefully. So that's what I'm going to be doing next couple of days. And then, of course, we got our top 5 SHTF guns to do, so got to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we're doing a video together on that, guys, so make sure y'all check that out. Check out Reloading Weatherby, New York Prepper. Make sure you go check out their channels. We have a 41 Magnum video coming out tomorrow. Then hopefully on Thursday or Friday or Saturday this week, we'll have our top 5 guns for SHTF coming out. And then next week we'll have another 10 millimeter video. Surprise, surprise, since that's what I filmed the last time I was out at the range. Another Glock 29 versus 20 versus 40 video with some hand loads. I got 2 more of those coming up, and a 45 Super versus 10 millimeter. I'm going to try to get out and film 12 gauge versus 45-70 for bear protection.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so I'm going to go try to get out and film that one before bear protection season gets here. Hopefully get that up late February, early March, so people can make a decision on what to go buy. Not that I'm advocating you buy guns, YouTube. Anyway, so that's that. So guys, make sure you check out. We got new shirts and stuff. Don't forget to go check those out. And we will make sure that we can get some nice stuff for the channel, like a 300 Win Mag, like some ballistics gel to test. I mean, guys, it's an Alaskan Bear with AKs and just Team Carrier infringements on it. So
I think they're pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a good design. I have another cool design in a few months. I think it's even cooler than this, but yeah, this is the one we need to push. You know, I got to get 150 of them sold. They won't print if we don't get at least 12 of them sold each for each design. So I need at least 36 shirts sold. So guys, make sure you you have until February 28th. It's only a 4-week window. So all right, guys, this has been Alaska Ballistics. God bless. Take care. We will see you at the range.
See you guys.
See you.
All right. Not